Y'all, y'all, y'all. I'm here to drop some truth, inspiration, and wisdom onto you because I wish somebody would have told me things a few years back when I was in the beginning of my personal expansion, personal development, spiritual growth journey. Let me start off by saying that you are never going to feel ready to make that decision, to take that leap, to step into that version of yourself that you so desire and know you're meant to be. You're never going to feel ready. So therefore, you have to make a conscious choice and a decision. And there comes a lot of sacrifice with this, right? Because you might have to let go of people. You might have to let go of your current job, let's say. Not all cases require this. You're going to have to let go of certain ego identities that your ego holds that are no longer fitting for this reality you want to create for yourself. And you're going to have to let go of behaviors, habits, patterns that you've been indulging in that aren't serving you anymore. Listen, I understand that it is so hard to do all of this. I've been going through this process myself, and now looking back at my life, I've went through this process so many times, and it is so difficult and challenging and hard and heart-wrenching at first. But once you do it and you start establishing new habits, routines, and you make peace with yourself, you make peace with being alone, everything starts to become normal. And your life feels better and more peaceful. You have stronger boundaries. You know what you want. And I just want to say that it is better to take messy, imperfect action than waiting for the perfect moment and trying to make the perfect post, the perfect content, the perfect offering that you want to share with the world. Personal story here. I've been certified as a holistic health practitioner for the last 2 years, and I've wanted to show up with my offering so bad. I've wanted to be of service and work with women, but my own fears and insecurities have been holding me back from showing up in this version of self that I know I'm meant to be. So this season of my life is all about stepping into my truth, my authentic voice, my empowered version of self that knows her value, that knows her worth, that knows her offerings, to help women return to wholeness and vitality. Not just women, also men, but specifically women. I know what it's like to have these perfectionist tendencies that block you from showing up because you don't think that what you have right now in this current moment is enough. And this is what I'm putting into practice in my own life right now, is just showing up messy as I am, because it's not curated, it's real, it's raw, it's authentic, and that's truly what people resonate with most. I think when people see this perfect content, it feels far out of reach because, it's so staged, which there's nothing wrong with this, by the way. I love beautiful art and curated content. But if you're not in a place where you can do that and show up in that way, it is better to show up in your authentic, real, raw truth than it is to try to fake something that maybe you don't have or that have the capability of doing right now. And that is okay. People want the real you. You are the medicine right now. You carry so much to teach people just by showing up in your essence, and you can help so many people with where you are right now. Something else that I want to ingrain to your mind is that you are always going to be a few steps ahead of somebody else, and that should give you the confidence to speak in authority. Yes, there's always going to be people that are ahead of us in their journey, and it's really tricky because we can't compare ourselves to other people, but I know that it's human nature to do this. I've done it myself, I do it myself, and it's a tendency that is so toxic and unhealthy for our psyche. So I really want to encourage you to let go of this comparison and sink into where you are right now. What have you already accomplished and moved through on your own journey? What can you take from your own journey and your own wisdom that you can share with others? Because that wisdom, those lessons that you carry from your unique story are so helpful to somebody else. You don't even have any idea, because most times we get so stuck in this narrow-minded perspective that we lose sight of the greater picture and we forget that there's other people besides us. So let me knock this into your mind. You are the medicine. You have so much value to offer to this world where you are right now. And the last thing that I'm going to share with you guys is that you need to believe in yourself first before anybody else believes in you. You have to believe in yourself way before anyone starts to see you. You have to see yourself before anybody else sees you, because the only way you can have the courage and the faith and the discipline and the devotion to show up every day is by believing in yourself, really cutting out distractions from the outside. Because as soon as you start giving your energy and your power away to people outside of yourself or anything outside of yourself, you start to lose sight of the magic and the potential that is within you right now. And that is the most important thing. It may take a few months, it may take a few years for you to be noticed, and that's not the point anyways. You have to start showing up from your heart, sharing from a place of being of service. And keep believing in your message, keep believing in your voice, because God will illuminate your message and your words to the people that need to hear it in divine timing, and you need to trust that and have faith. A lot of us are going through really massive inner shifts recently. There's been so many people that I've been talking to that are going through major transformations in their life, and I have too. So if you're in this position right now, I really want to encourage you to sit with yourself, to be patient with yourself, to trust the process that everything will unfold as it's meant to be when you trust and have devotion in yourself and God and your practices. You can't force, you can't push. There's no more space and time for pushing, forcing, and trying to make something happen that isn't truly in alignment with you. So take this season of, let's say, death or transformation, of shifting, to really sink in and feel. Believe in yourself. You got this. I love you so much. If you liked this video, make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe. I turned Australian all of a sudden. But yeah, I love you guys. Stay tuned for the Whole Soul podcast, which I post an episode every Tuesday, and I will see you next week.